Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well this evening. Um, I hope everyone's coming along well during this time, maintaining. The kids are out of school, some people are out of work, but I just pray everyone is doing well and coming along well. I just wanted to get on here, just talk for a few. I have been recording videos, but for some reason, YouTube will not allow me to upload them. They've been taking like hours and hours, like the upload time has been 15 to 16 hours and just outrageous stuff. And I've done some research and I saw there's other people having those problems too. So um, I said I would just try to get on here, record a shorter video, and I pray it uploads. But I just wanted to get on here and just just tell you some things that God put on my heart, during this time, everything that's going on. And it's one thing has been for us to remain prayerful during this time, don't lose hope, um, because, you know, this will pass, it's going on right now, but, it's just something else that, it's just something to add to our testimonies, we'll get through this. Um, but we also have to remember that it does not rule out natural law, so basically our faith does not rule out the law. If they're telling us to do something, the governor is telling us to stay in the house and, maintain our social distancing and all that other stuff, just pay attention and just to remember to do that. We have to do what we're told, just as, Jesus had to do when he came to earth. He had to pay taxes. The tax collectors came to Peter, to collect taxes for he and Jesus. And Peter was so, upset. He went back to Jesus and he told them, these tax collectors came, such and such, they spoke bad things about you, all this other stuff. And God said, Peter, go to the sea, cast your rod, the first fish you catch, open its mouth, and it'll be enough money to pay yours and my taxes. So even Jesus had to pay what was owed to him, being on this earth. Well, that not pay what was owed to him, but pay what was owed to the to tax collectors, being on this earth or whatever. But we just have to, through that, we have to remember to stay prayerful. As the scripture says, faith without works is dead. We can't have, faith but don't want to do anything that we're told. We have to do it together and, everything will work out. I remember I had a dream like months ago, and if anyone is familiar with Richmond, I was driving. As a matter of fact, it was me and my mother and my three children, and we were driving. We were on our way to go get our dad from work, or whatever. And we were riding down the street, and it's like as soon as we made a right onto Broad Street, at the beginning of where VCU starts, going on past like down this near the Segal Center, and it's like as soon as we made that right onto Broad Street, like the scenery immediately changed. Like it was completely deserted. It looked like we were overseas somewhere. Like the roads were dusty and sandy and all this other stuff. And my mom just kind of disappeared. And I was like, what in the world's going on? Like, where is everyone? Like, we were in this white van, with the windows busted out and all this other stuff. We were driving. I mean, it was just such a weird, strange dream. And I was like, Lord, what is this? And for months, I was asking like, Lord, what did that dream mean? I don't know. I didn't understand it, or whatever. And I was just in the shower, and I heard God said, this is that. This is that dream that you had. Basically, all this time that we sit and we look back and we're able to mourn for others, other countries, and what they're going through, and you know, all this other stuff. But now it's here. It's like now it's here. It's in Richmond. Like it's everywhere. It's affecting everywhere. It's no longer we can sit back and say, oh my goodness, I feel sorry for that country, because now it's upon all of us. So I was just like, wow, like Lord, it is just amazing. That is really that dream. That's exactly what you showed me. I never knew what it was. I never understood what it meant. But God told me like just now in the shower, like this is that, and it just we're just at a time where we just have to really get our priorities together, really understand what it is that we're expecting from God, what it is that we want from God, what it is, what's the purpose that God put us on the earth for? Because each and every one of us was put on here for a particular purpose, and it's up to us for us to sort out what exactly the purpose is that God planted in us. Like, why did he put us here? Other than that, it'll just be time wasted, on the earth. Dr. Miles Monroe said it best when he said the richest place on earth is a cemetery, because there you have bodies that have been buried and people that have died, whose dreams and purposes were never lived out, so it's really time for us to really get ourselves together. God is coming back one day. We're not going to be here. We're not going to have, this person and that person to rely on. We are one person. We came into the world by ourselves, and we're going to leave by ourselves, but it's up to us to make preparation for our lives to be just as God had it to be. And we do that by seeking him. We have to seek him. We have to understand, we have to understand his ways. And you may say, oh, I already know God, I already have a relationship. Well, guess what? Continue to seek, because God is infinite. You're never to a point where you understand exactly who God is. No, you don't. We can never understand it. God is such a mystery. Understanding him is such a mystery. And in him, every single day, you will learn something new. And so I just challenge each and every one of you, to use this time productively, to learn who God is, and to learn him on a different level that you may not know him. And so that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And I want us to remember that, in God, we're covered. We're completely, covered by his blood. I remember in my last video, I actually I misstated something, and I meant to correct it. I think, and then I think I don't know what made me say it, but anyway, however, I was talking about how this is just like, one of the last plague that was in the Bible, when Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go, and God told Moses to tell the people to mark their door with lamb's blood. And I said, when the death angel comes out, he'll sniff the blood, which is completely wrong. He would see the blood. Death angel will see the blood, and he would pass over. And I know that, but I don't know where sniff came from or whatever. But anyway, I just wanted to correct that. So yeah, this is just as a plague, but when the devil or the angel sees the blood on us, he'll pass over. He'll look at you and say, oh no, he's covered under the blood. The kids are covered. Her whole family is covered. Their whole family is covered, so I can't touch them, so it's just as that, so just use common sense, keep your hygiene together, maintain your social distance, and we will be just fine. Thank you, each and every one of you, for taking the time to watch this video. Please subscribe if you have not, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Y'all have a great night and take care.